Oh great, it's time to talk about Conker's Bad Fur Day. Guess I'm gonna have to use this sucky controller. Oh, that works too. Conker was first seen at E3 in 1997 in a game called Conker's Quest. It was a 3D platformer aimed at a younger audience. The second time Conker was seen was as a playable character in Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo 64. Then, in 1998, Conker's Quest was renamed to 12 Tales. Then, the next year in 1999, the first Conker game officially released for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color, called Conker's Pocket Tales. Like 12 Tales, Conker's Pocket Tales was also intended for a younger audience. The story was that Conker's girlfriend, Barry, was having a birthday party for Conker when an acorn popped out of Conker's cake and took off with his girlfriend, Barry. The goal of the game is to find Conker's girlfriend, Barry. Then, around the year 2000, 12 Tales was completely finished. But it never hit store shelves because after all their hard work, the creators behind the game thought it was too similar to other games at the time. One of the people working on the game, named Chris Seaver, then had an idea. Instead of focusing the game on a younger audience, they could focus the game on an older audience. So, this cute, child-friendly squirrel turned into a drunk squirrel, the game also including many parodies and references only older audiences would understand. With the game being changed, they decided to give Conker a voice, and who better than the person who first envisioned the game, Chris Seaver. Some stores even refused to shelf this game when it was first released because of its adult content. So, was there going to be a Conker's Bad Fur Day 2? Yes. The game was supposed to be called Conker's Other Bad Day. That game was never released though, because before it could release, Rare was bought by Microsoft. Microsoft had Rare stop working on Conker's Other Bad Day, and had them remaster Conker's Bad Fur Day for the original Xbox, renamed Live and Uncut, then later renamed to Live and Reloaded. That released in 2005. After that, Conker wasn't seen for 10 years until a game was revealed for the Xbox One named Project Spark. Conker is seen in the trailer and says,
I couldn't resist. Oh, almost 10 years without a new game. Guess we'll have to make our own.
This really wasn't a new Conker game. It was mostly a way to get sales. Sadly, Conker's Big Reunion only had a couple episodes released and was then cancelled. After that, on August 4th of 2015, Fair Replay was released with a playable version of Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Xbox One. Then, in September of 2015, a video was uploaded online of some of the people behind Conker's Bad Fur Day talking about a cancelled game called Conker Gin Medieval. It was said it was planned to be an online multiplayer game, but it was never released. The last time we saw Conker was in February of 2016. He was going to have a game on the HoloLens. If you don't know what HoloLens is, just pay attention to the video. In the video, they talk about young Conker, and they show gameplay that has absolutely nothing to do with Conker. You don't have to trust me when I say this looked awful. Trust the over 32,000 people who disliked the video, leaving the video with only 1,000 likes. And that's everything about Conker. I don't think we're going to be getting a real Conker game anytime soon. Every Conker game we've had in the past 10, 11, 12 years, they've all been just for sales. And we see the HoloLens thing, there hasn't been any updates on that. But seems like Conker is just there for sales now. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and stay tuned.
Conker's a much beloved property.
Conker's a much beloved property. Conker's a much beloved property.
Conker's a much beloved property. Conker's a much beloved property.
Well then, why would you completely change him?
Conker's a much beloved property.
Are you sure about that?